But we wanted to update everybody on the health status of two very important Washington Commanders heading into the opener this weekend. Terry McLaurin and Chase Young entered the first week of the regular season with questions about their availability due to injuries, but both players were on the field at Wednesday's practice.
First, on Terry and Chase. They both expressed a lot of confidence in what they could do. How did they look to you?
Well, I'll start with Terry. Terry looked really good. You know, he took the reps that we had listed for him, and he looked good. So, obviously, the opportunity to increase him tomorrow will most certainly occur. It was a good day for him. As far as Chase is concerned, as Chase told you, he's doing everything he can to get himself ready to play. You know, we have reps.
So I guess Ron got clipped there, but the latest on Young was that he's been limited to non-contact work since suffering the stinger. He remained limited on Wednesday. It sounds
non-contact doesn't sound good.
Sounds like he's just waiting to get cleared by a doctor. I guess he has John Kine was interviewing him. He has a Zoom call scheduled to see if he can get cleared to be ready to go for week one.
To get himself ready to play. You know, we have reps scripted for him. We have certain periods that he can participate in. And again, it's going to be all up to what happens with the doctor visit that he has coming up soon. And we'll go from there. But the young man is chomping at the bit. He's done everything that he possibly could probably. And he's getting himself ready to play. And again, if he's cleared, we'll go.
Well, let's start with Terry McLaurin. He was on the field yesterday. I don't know if you saw some of the clips.
Yeah, I saw him.
If you go to Sports Junkies Radio on Instagram, you'll see a pass from Sam Howell to Terry McLaurin. It'll get you excited. I can't imagine him not playing at this point.
Which is interesting.
He has said that he wants to play.
I know he wants to.
He's on the practice field. You see him making catches. Mm-hmm. That's the Commanders posting that video.
But he's not running full bore. He's not going, like full game speed. Like that's what I would be concerned about. Like, if I see him running at full speed today and not showing any ill effects from that, then I'm going to think maybe he'll play on Sunday. But he was not going full speed yesterday.
No.
He was out there, but he was
probably going
to he was like, throttling it down.
Yeah, it's going to be a game day type of decision.
Right.
Whether or not he's going to be on the active 53. Whatever hotel they're going to be in, he'll wake up and call around and say, all right, I'm ready to go. Mm-hmm. I feel great. Or they may just say, you know what, let's wait a week.
Right.
We're really going to need you in the Denver game out there, and they can hold off. But that's very interesting. The Chase thing, non-contact, that doesn't sound good. It doesn't sound like a doctor is going to clear him in the next couple of days if he's in non-contact now on Wednesday on prep day.
I think it's hard to say. Just from my view of watching Chase talk about it and hearing Coach Rivera talk about it, I actually am of the opinion that he's going to play.
Right.
Now, I don't know what the doctor's going to say. None of us know what the doctor's going to say, and I've said it repeatedly. We have no idea what's going on neurologically with him, but he kind of seemed like he wants to play.
Oh, I'm sure he wants to play.
I'm sure he wants to.
I would put the chances of playing for Terry much higher than for Chase.
Yeah. Oh, I think Terry's almost 100%.
I just feel like they're bubble wrapping Chase until he's 100%. Maybe he's not quite there yet, and they feel like they would never admit it, but they're like, we can handle the Cardinals without Chase Young. We should be able to get this win without Chase Young on the field. Give him an extra week to rest. Get him ready for the Denver game in week 2. Like I think that's probably the risk, the cost-benefit analysis that's happening with them and the front office and Ron behind the scenes.
Do you think they'll be limited if they do play? If Terry goes, I mean, is he going 100%?
I think if he goes, I don't think Terry McLaurin has ever played at anything less than, like his full effort.
Right.
Like,
no, I'm not saying his effort.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, will he be in every package, playing most of the downs like that he would usually if he was completely healthy?
He won't be 100%, but you would take Terry McLaurin at 85 or 90% if you don't feel like there's a risk of him making the injury worse.
Right.
Of him having a setback.
Again, watching the video, you can say he's not at 100%. Mm-hmm. It looked like he was competing at 100% there.
Right.
I would be stunned if he's not on the field on Sunday, unless there's a setback.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say Coach Rivera said today is the day they go hardest in practice.
Yeah, we'll
which
take-
makes sense because then Friday they probably let up and they have whatever walkthrough on Saturday if they even do anything to get ready for
So
Sunday.
maybe he'll feel different and feel even better after today. Chase, who knows if he's also non-contact again? I wouldn't bet on him playing at all. If he's going to miss Wednesday and Thursday leading up to a Sunday
If I
game.
were Ron, I'd be searching for the doctor that kind of plays loose and fast with the rules as far as like getting guys out on the field. Like a guy who's like, yeah, you're good.
Doesn't sound like they had one.
Your neck is good to go, Chase. Like everything is clear. You have full clearance. Runway is clear for you, sir.
It sounds like they're just none of them want to be blamed, so they're just letting the doctor go be blamed.
The doctor can basically take the bullet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ron doesn't want to take the bullet. Chase doesn't want to take the bullet.
Right.
So it sounds
It's a
like
convenient.
yes, it's a convenient
like,
excuse.
Oh, the doctor isn't clearing me, so hence I can't play. And again, Ron, that's easy for him to just be like, Chase can't go. Doctor didn't clear him.
Although Chase said he wants to play.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
I'm sure he wants to get out there.
Just got to be real careful. I mean, and also if you're Ron, do you feel like? I mean, I know you can't take any team for granted, but do you feel like we should be able to win without Chase, without Terry?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if coaches ever really let themselves think
they
like
probably
that
don't
because they're all super paranoid.
I'm coming at it from a fan's angle.
Right.
But maybe Ron and the rest of the coaches go, you know what? We're not playing the Eagles here.
Yeah.
We're not playing the Bills.
Look, I'm going to guess behind closed doors, like when Ian Rappaport isn't there to blab about it, like when Ron was talking to Stephanie about, hey, can you believe how good Sam Howell is? I can't believe we didn't start him earlier. Like when Ron goes home and has dinner, he tells Stephanie Rivera, he says, the Cardinals are horrible. They're actually trying to lose games to line themselves up for Caleb Williams for the number 1 pick. They're actively trying to lose this game. So why would I risk the health of one of my players in a game where my opponent is actively trying to lose the game? So I'm going to sit Chase for a week. And if Terry, doesn't look 100%, maybe we'll give him a go, but, we'll give him limited snaps. Like I'm guessing,
I don't think he thinks that way at all.
That's Ron's dinner time conversation with Stephanie Rivera.
I think
But again,
he's mostly cursing about Chase Young.
Dart at a board.
I think he's mostly cursing about Chase Young.
Could be.
That he hasn't lived up to his potential, and he probably has that old school mentality that he's soft.
Maybe
it took forever to get back on the field last year.
Maybe that's part of the dinner convo when they're having meatloaf at home. I don't know.
And with Terry, he knows he's going to play. That's my opinion.
Right.
He knows Terry's going to play.
And also,
I'm going to watch the clip again.
Look, but we won't, JP, we're not going to know
He's
until
not going at like 50%.
11:30 on Sunday.
Yeah.
That's when we're going to know.
That's you check the actives at 11:30.
That's when they'll come out.
90 minutes before kick.
Yep.
That's when you'll officially know because Ron is tight-lipped like every other NFL head
I mean,
coach.
you got to
He's
feel
not gonna
good
tip his
about
hand.
the way he looked in the video in practice yesterday. That makes you feel good about it. But still, I mean, it
You
happens.
saw the video, right?
Yeah. It happens it happens all the time where guys look good in practice leading up to a game, but they're held out for whatever reason.
Man, this latest news, it definitely is going to impact one of my upcoming bold predictions later in the show.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to do those. We're doing our NFL predictions in the 8 o'clock hour after Dave Richard. So you don't want to sleep on that, where we pick all of the division winners. We pick the wild cards. We pick the AFC and NFC title games. And, of course, we pick who's going to win the Super Bowl.
Yep. And the winner.
And what is the news that's going to impact your bold prediction?
I'm not going to tell you that, JP. It's called a radio tease. That's how it works in the biz.
People are on their edge of their seats.
I'm sure that they are.
So if he is active,
Yeah.
Terry, on 11,
yeah.
would you start him in your fantasy leagues?
If he's active,
Yeah. Because
do I have?
I got him on a couple
Here's
different
the
teams.
question: do I have better options? Do I have healthier, better options?
I don't know. I
Do
can't.
I have,
I can't predict what other
Do I
rosters
have
look like.
Christian Kirk sitting on my bench?
Well,
So I'd
if you
play
have
him-
Kirk, you probably play
I'd
him.
play him over Terry McLaurin. If I have a better option, just languishing on my bench, I would play him because I'd be concerned about the turf toe injury rearing its ugly head during the game.
But if you drafted McLaurin in one of your leagues, you probably drafted him at worst as a third receiver, so you probably don't have many better options.
You're probably right. I probably press the button to play him, but I do it with this look on my face. I'm kind of scrunching my face like, I'm playing Terry McLaurin. I don't feel great about it, even though you love the matchup. I mean, you love them playing a team that's actively tanking games.
Hey, he's got a better chance of playing than Cooper Kupp. I do know that.
Well, that is true.
Mm-hmm.
I had the 7th pick in a draft last night,
Mm-hmm.
and I just had a million things going on yesterday. And so I missed the beginning of the draft. So it was auto draft.
Tragic.
First pick was fine.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams.
Mm-hmm.
Second round pick, Cooper Kupp.
Well,
It may pay off down the
It
road
could.
because I've got 2 stud receivers.
It might.
If Cooper Kupp gets healthy, but just in week 1, and this was a 12-team league,
mm-hmm.
my backup receivers are kind of nubby.
Yeah. Might also blow up in your face, and Cooper Kupp might not play the entire season. Who knows? Who knows what happens?
On the flip side, for the Cardinals, we kind of know, based on the reports, who's going to be their quarterback, although Jonathan Gannon will not say.
He will not. He will not
He
tell
had a
you.
presser yesterday, and he's still not going to say, but it's probably going to be Josh Dobbs based on the reports, who started 2 games his entire career, both last year with Tennessee.
Right.
And, of course, he's got familiarity with Drew Petzing, I don't know if he's the OC or the quarterback coach.
Allegedly my doppelganger.
For Cleveland last year, and now he's with Arizona. So
Yeah,
looks like it's
Rappaport-
going to be Dobbs.
Rappaport tweeted this out just after the show yesterday, and he said the Cardinals are expected to have Josh Dobbs as their starting quarterback this week, with rookie Clayton Tune getting backup reps. They'll evaluate the situation each week, but this is how it begins.
Yeah, I mean, if Tune's getting backup reps in practice, there you go. There's your answer. I don't know why Gannon wouldn't say that.
Gamesmanship.
Ron, you better not lose to a
rocket scientist.
A Josh Dobbs quarterback team. You better not do it. It would be horrible for your job security.
It won't be good.
It would not be great.
And all those fans are so excited that this is going to be a great year for Washington and Sam Howell and Ron. If you lose to Arizona, you can throw that out the window.
I mean, if Ron loses in week 1, I'll definitely be updating.
I know you will.
Ron's tee time. Right now, it's slated for January 8th of 2024. But if you lose the Arizona Cardinals in week 1 at home in front of 65,000 plus fans at a sellout, Josh Harris and the ownership, they are not going to be happy. That will not be a good look. Won't be a good first step under the new ownership. All right, don't forget.
Is Dobbs an athletic quarterback? Can he run a little bit? I'm looking at his career stats. He's barely been on the field. And last year with the Titans, he had 68 pass attempts, 40 completions, 411 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But he only ran it 8 times, 44 yards.
No, he's a bigger kid.
Yeah.
He's probably, I don't know, is he 6'5"?
He can get out of the pocket a little bit. He's got good straight line speed. Remember, he almost beat the Jags last year in that final game.
Mm-hmm.
He played well. He's not a joke.
And it was a win and get in scenario for the Jags.
Remember it was like the Sunday Night Football game after week 18.
Okay, that's fine. He may have had a nice one-off performance, but if you have a top 5 or top 10 defense, you can't let a guy that's that green beat you at home.
Of course you can't.
In your opener.
No, you can't.
When you're a 7-point favorite, you just can't let that team beat you.
I see him listed at 6'3", Jason. Now, if you go to his college stats, I mean, he ran for 831 yards his senior season.
That's fine. This is a different level.
So maybe he can scoot a little bit.
He's not going to kill you with his legs in this game.
Yeah.
So, but you're right. You can't. But I don't care what he does. You can't let him beat you.
Absolutely not.
And I would think that the defensive line for Washington will really get after him.
Right.